Gen Z says $74,000 is no longer middle class. That statement has gone.
Sal here with Simply Investing. No, I'm stitching this video, but go check out his full video and his original video to this about Gen Z. $74,000 a year is not enough. And as a business owner, I kind of want to clarify this because I have a moving and logistics company, a construction company. I own a furniture store chain, and I have a property ownership company. So I own properties and rent them out, right? So I just want to say, like, it is and it isn't. It depends. I knew when I was working in New York City way back when. I know I don't look like it, but I'm part of Gen X, you know. I've been around. I remember a lot of fun things in the 80s. But I remember when I got out of college, I got my job in New York City, and my pay was $80,000 a year, and I was making it, but it was like, not yes, but not really. I remember the first couple months, my parents had to help me out a little bit, but then I caught my ground, caught my steam, and, you know, things kept moving forward. But nowadays, I still think you can live off of 74K. And we broke this down on one of our streams. I know that it's kind of weird, or not weird, I should say, but it's kind of different to say that you can live off of 74K. You really got to watch what you're spending. And like, I had someone that works for me. They're making $92,000 a year for me in sales. They're running one of my sites that we just opened up a year ago, and they're making $92,000. And, you know, they're turning around the site, starting to really, you know, do well. So of course, their commission is going up, you know, their sales are going up and everything. But 92,000, we really broke it down. And it's like, the biggest problem is that I see is like Gen Z, a lot of guys in Gen Z that tell me that 74K is not enough, or like even 90,000 is not enough. They're trying to rush to a traditional family. So like, this guy, and I'd say, hey, whatever you guys want to agree as to how your marriage goes, that's fine. That's all on you guys. But you gotta understand, if you want the woman to be stay at home, yes, 74K is not going to be enough to raise 2 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids, or how many kids you have. You're going to have to make it. I think I calculated about $150,000, maybe more, depending on where you live. In Arkansas, if you're single, by yourself, even with college debt, 74K a year, you should be able to pay off your debt, a $50,000 debt in 4 years, have $30,000 in savings, and be able to pay off a low-end used car. Now, when I say low-end used car, I mean, I see a lot of guys are going out getting these brand new cars. I'm like, well, that's expensive. Like, why not just go get this used car? You know, it's $10,000, put 4 down, and pay off the $6,000, pay it off in 2 years, right? That your payment would be under $300. But that's not what everyone's doing. You know, you got to get a bigger car, you got to get an Escalade. Everybody wants a truck. And let me tell you something, down here, because I'm from up north, the truck prices out here are outrageous. We're talking like $100,000 for a pickup truck. And then on top of that, everybody wants to do things. You want to go out and things like that. When I was in my 20s, I didn't go out that much. I worked, grinded 4 years, paid off, and I had more student loans than a lot of you guys had. I had $250,000. I went to a very good school. I come from a family that everybody went to Ivy League. So I had to pay my way in there, and my parents were upper class, so I didn't qualify for any of the financial aid. So everything basically either was on my scholarships were on merit, or I had to go and work and get the money. So even after everything, I had $250,000, paid it off in 4 years, paid off my car in 5 years, and then I bought my first house at 26. So I graduated college at 2021, and I bought my first house at 26. Now, and I bought my house in New Jersey, so the price for that townhome is about the same as a house here in Arkansas at the time. Because at the time, my house was $475,000, and I was like a stone's throw away from New York City. It was a nice house. It was an upper class neighborhood, you know. I was trying to match where people were working, so to help me promote and things like that. But I could tell you from there, I was functionally broke because I was spending to live a lifestyle. When I started my businesses, the hardest thing I've learned is instead of spending to live a lifestyle, find ways to cut costs everywhere you can. Where I buy my groceries, what type of things I'm buying, do I really need that? Even going and getting lunch. Why spend $10 to go get a sandwich when I can go spend $10 at the grocery store and get a week's worth of sandwiches? You got to start thinking like that. It's back in the day we used to call it brown bagging. Meaning you didn't buy your lunch at work, you brought your lunch into work with you. I think a lot of younger people got to do that because I'm at my office. I'm here parked at my office. I can tell you right now, I'm probably going to see like 4 or 5 Grubhubs, DoorDashes. I pay very well. Average person in my company makes from an entry level mover and warehouse all the way up. The average is like 59,000. And it's like, I keep telling them, you could save a lot if you stop Grubhubbing and just bring your lunch in. But it's not the fact that you buy one Starbucks cup of coffee once a month. It's the fact that a lot of you buy it once a day, sometimes twice a day. And of course, Starbucks is a business, so they're going to sell you on more stuff. And I think the average purchase is like $8.42 from Starbucks. The average purchase, a millennial purchase, so it's like a cup of coffee and a pastry, right? Well, I did the math. You do that. You also take into account vaping. That's $16,000 a year you could save. That's a lot of money. If you take that out on a 74K salary, I think you guys can make it. But, leave your comments. Follow my YouTube. Go on YouTube. I'm going to post this on YouTube as well. Tell me how you feel. Love to hear from you. Like I said, like and subscribe. We're coming back. And also today we're going live at 6 o'clock for Is the American Dream Dead?